to burn James's books. The brothers agreed.
Well, and there you found the letter.
Yes.
Timothy, leave us. And did you find anything else?
No, just the letter. The messenger carrying it had an accident and died near Kingsbridge. A war would cost so many lives.
God thunders wondrously with his voice.
He does great things that we cannot comprehend. The Book of Job. But this is not the work of God, but of Earl Bartholomew.
You are truly the man I have heard so much about. I will call on friends of mine. Pray for us that we can put an end to Bartholomew's plan before it is too late. You did a brave thing for our church, Brother Philip. A brave thing indeed. You'll go back to Kingsbridge Priory now and forget about the sheriff, won't you?
I will.
And don't speak of this to anyone there.
I shan't.
Ooh, I just checked Pillars of the Earth. My my library's got the audiobook on Libby. So I can have the actual book.
My pony should be fed. Do I just take some hay?
Okay. Let's take some hay.
My pony needs to be fed.
Gotta feed our pony. We gotta feed our pony.
Can I just take some for my pony? I will take just a couple.
Let's feed our pony.
Here. You're still hungry, aren't you? There you go.
Let's see. Okay.
Time to leave, old friend.
All right. And we're going to be switching games here.
Did you pack enough food? It will be a while before you get to eat smoked venison again.
Yeah, I took some.
Anyone seen Martha?
She said she had to piss.
All right. I'll go get her.
You're a mason too, right?
Let's see. Let's save our progress. And with that, that's a nice, neat spot
So,
to
what have you built so
get moving on to the next game. So it's time to switch games. Let me get us moving there. I can unpin our mature content warning now, at least for now, depending on what we get for our second game. It's time for game number 2. So let's go to our little wheel. Okay, there we go. And see what's next on our docket. I have unselected Colors of the Earth so that we don't get it again. So let's see what our next game is. Ooh. Yes, Your Grace is our next game. So let's get that. We'll get that installed. This is another one that's like choices matter as far as games go. Let's see. Switch our category here. Okay, so moving on to our next game. So in this game, we are operating, so it's troubling times. We're handling things like petitions, petty matters, and then there's like a war, but yeah, we're acting as like daily affairs of a king. Alright, and there is a sequel to this game that's due to come out here soon, if it hasn't already. I know it was due to come out early this year. Alright, impossible to satisfy the needs of every petitioner. Sometimes your subjects will have spiteful intentions, and sometimes life will get in your way. If you simply have enough resources at the end of each week, that's good enough. Click on the petitioner to call them forward. Wonder... Alright. We have... It is time, Your Grace. Might need to move where my webcam is so I'm not blocking anything. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move my webcam real quick. There we go. I had better put on that crown. Alright. You can leave any room by walking to the edge of the screen or by selecting the doors. We have a map of our castle. Click on the castle wall to go there. No. Castle wall. Okay. Your Grace. A deserter. Found one of ours hiding in a shed. Shed? Why would you do this, Sobek? There's too many of them. We have no chance of winning. If you let him off, the rest may follow. However, our army is sparse as it is. We need every set of hands able to hold a sword, Your Grace. What do y'all think? No room for cowards under my banner? Or even the least brave soldiers are essential now? I think's least brave. Every soldier counts. Okay. With courage, we will defeat the enemy no matter the odds. Let him loose, General. Go and stand for Davern. Thank you, Your Grace. Over here, Your Grace. How bad is it, General? Our men are scared. It's the middle of the night and yet it's so bright, as if Svarog himself walked our lands. The thin walls won't last long, and we lack any solid defense measures. We don't have enough men. Once they get in, we have nothing we can throw their way. Can you hear the chanting? Gathered the archers from all the other walls. They're awaiting you at the wall, Your Grace. There's still time to put up the white flag. Sons of Davern, my brothers, we stood together through the worst of times. We have proved our strength in many battles, and today we will prove it again. My bravest men, I bid you fight for all you hold dear. For Davern! Ah! One year earlier. Okay. You found me. Well done, Father. Come now, Lord Sulia. It's not often that we can do this. I told you I don't want to play. Aren't you too old for this? Lord Sulia, that's no way to speak to your father. Lord Sulia is a stick in the mud. Shut it, Asalia. We can see you from miles away. Got you. Shouldn't have insulted your sister from across the gardens. She always has to ruin everything. She's so proud, she couldn't even find a place to hide. I wasn't even trying to hide. I don't want to play. Next time you don't want to play, maybe try writing a formal announcement. Oh, wait! You can't write! Of course I can, you nitwit. Cut it out, both of you. Oh, you know I'm not playing with you, darling. Sun finally came out. Let me enjoy it. And here's the little one. No, I was doing so well. You must have cheated. Or peeked. I demand another trial of the game. How official, huh? Maybe next time, Sadari. Forgive me, Your Grace. I hate to interrupt, but your subjects will soon arrive. All right, enough games. The throne awaits. Grevno, week 1. The petitioners will start queuing in a moment, Your Grace. We really need to shorten the visiting hours. Can you go and speak to Lorsulia, my dear? I've tried talking to her, but she won't respond. I don't know what's got into her recently. Maybe she will open up a bit more to you. She's probably wandering about at the wall. Of course, my sweetheart. Dungeon Guard. Your Grace. I bring bad news. The recent rains have soaked through our roofs. The pantry roof has collapsed, as well as some walls of our dungeon. Only one cell is currently functional. We should really fix these things before they get worse. Otherwise, we'll keep losing supplies. You will see the required fixes in your weekly summary at the end of the week. When you meet people and talk to petitioners, your advisor makes a note about the encounter in your archives. You can see all the entries by clicking the Archives button below. A peasant. Your Grace, my daughter's wedding is at hand. Congratulations. The problem is, we don't have enough gold or supplies to make a worthy feast. What will my daughter-in-laws think of our family? My daughter's in-laws think of our family. We want to hire a band, buy some of that fancy wine on the market. We would only need 5 gold and 5 supplies. I don't think that's not the job of the king. That's not the job of the king? What do you mean you want me to pay for your daughter's wedding? That's ridiculous. I don't know. What do y'all think? It seems silly to me. It's like, why? It'd be like asking the president to pay for your wedding. It's like, that's just... Speaking of ridiculous, okay. It's like, just have a smaller wedding. Be humble. Like... Pinky pun time! Okay, bring it on, Pinky. Yeah, I don't think that's something a king would do. I'm saying you have my blessing, but I'm not helping. The kingdom has more important matters at hand. Wish your daughter the best from me. You skimp us a little gold. Shouldn't the king support his people in hard times? I can't feed my guests with the king's blessing. Well, then you should... I don't know, ask your neighbors for a loan. Your Grace, I come here representing my village. We want to ask you for 7 gold to help us gather tools and resources required to build an inn. We could really use a new place to rest after a long day of work. Let's see, Pinky Pun time. You know, somebody actually complimented me on my driving today. They left a little note on the windscreen. It said, parking fine. So that was nice. I went down to my local ice cream shop and said, I want to buy an ice cream. And he said, hundreds and thousands? I said, we'll start with one. He said, Knickerbocker Glory? I said, I don't get a certain amount of freedom in these... I do get a certain amount of freedom in these trousers, yes. I went to Millet's and said, I want to buy a tent. He said, to camp. I said, butchly, sorry, I want to buy a tent. I said, I also want to buy a caravan. He said, camper? I said, campily. Make your mind up. I was stealing things in the supermarket today while balanced on the shoulders of vampires. I was charged with shoplifting on 3 counts. Crime in multi-story car parks. That is wrong on so many levels. And now for a couple excerpts from the Uxbridge English Dictionary. I feel like this one at least benefits the whole village and could generate revenue. Revolver. To update a vol. Revolver. Oh. Defense. To remove a garden palisade. Defense. Oh. Well, I suppose it's not wrong. Thank you, Pinky. I think this one at least benefits a whole village. So I think I'm gonna take it. Make the best end around, because it may generate income and it benefits a whole village. Not just one person's wedding. All right. Middle dollar. All right, we got another peasant. Monsters! Beasts dressed in black. They came in the night, unseen, unheard until they arrived. They attacked the village. We heard the dreadful screams of the slain. Your Grace, I beg you, you must send your men, check what happened, find those responsible. Tell me more. Who are they? Bright red heads, short but sharp fangs. Hundreds of them. Gleaming metal for their claws. We've never seen anything like this. My agent will check the village. General should deal with these bandits easily. Thank you, Your Grace. General sent for 1 week. All right. Time to go talk to our daughter. Oh, it's you. You need to stop fighting you with your sister. Do you want to talk about what happened in the gardens? No, I'm fine, Father. I can see something's wrong. Why won't you talk to me? Everything's fine. Don't you have things to do? Why didn't you want to play with us? You used to find the best spots. Maybe I'm not 5 anymore? Celia's been pretty nasty recently. I don't know where your sister learned to be so rude. I'll leave you to it. Teenagers. We're clearly not the most prosperous of kingdoms. Can't hug them better anymore, right? Weekly summary screen. Alright. Be able to see your kingdom's weekly income and expenses. You can buy upgrades and fixes for the castle in the left section. To buy an upgrade, simply click the button with an upgrade and you will see the cost added to the summary. Alright, we have a... Alright, we set to fix the pantry roof. Because that's really important. Now we're on week 2. Alright, talk to the general. No sign of the monsters. We did stumble upon these bandits, though. They were pillaging the village. Red head, sharp teeth. Crest of Rodovia. I thought you could only find them in books and old manuscripts. Well, seems like we have one right here, too. Tell me. Why are you here? What were you and your men doing near the village? Just making a living. One man might call it plunder. I would call it hard work. Who's your leader? Or are you just a barbaric thief? We are free people. We don't bow to kings or lords. Bold words for someone trespassing in another country. Bold and stupid. Whose banner are you bearing? Is it true you're from Rodovia? Your man is right. Rodovia is my home, and soon yours too. Ha! I've heard enough. We can't allow the barbarians to stalk our lands. Plundering and killing innocent men? There's no question that justice needs to be dealt to this one. What do you think? I don't think we should show him mercy. He was stealing and killing our citizens. So do we execute him or do we throw him in the dungeon? Thank you for the lurk, Kai. And to anyone else who is lurking, thank you. No mercy! Execution. No Rodovian scum will threaten the crown. Behead him. My brothers will hear about this, and you will feel their poisonous bite. I need to see Aurelia about this. Our daughter has come. I bring news, father. Acelia sneaked out at night last week. I ran into her while she was going back to her chamber, all laughing and a little tipsy, I think. She wouldn't say where she'd been, but Sadani, as thick as she is, spilled everything to me in the morning. Those two chit-chat all the time. They think I don't realize. Don't speak ill of your sister. What's gotten into you, Lorsulia? Acelia sneaks out to some wedding, gets all drunk, and I'm the bad one all of a sudden? Audrey, did you know about any of this? No, Your Grace. I'd better talk to Asalia about this. You girls are gonna drive me mad one day. Your Grace, my dear son is nowhere to be found. Yes, a really daft little boy, but still he is my son. I ask you help us find him, Your Grace. Is there a chance you could do so? Should we send our general to try and help find the lost boy? I wish we could just send soldiers. They only give me the option to send the general. I can't really offer the gold. We can't afford that. If we send the general, he'll be gone 2 weeks. Our general will try to find your son. He will ask around and see if he can track your son down. I hope he is still in one piece. You have my thanks, Your Grace. Lord Eaton. My name is Eaton. I'm the Lord of Branca, Your Grace. I'll be as straightforward as possible. Someone has kidnapped my daughter, and they expect me to pay 12 gold to get her back. Thing is, I tracked them down, and I know where they're keeping her. Dang it! He needs my general! But I already sent my general away. I'll give you a general. Okay. No, we don't have enough generals. Oh. I can't give 12 gold because I only have 13. I'm sorry, I can't help. My general is occupied and my gold is running low. I wish you the best of luck getting your daughter back. And I wish you never find yourself in a similar situation. Keep your daughter safe, Your Grace. I will remember this. Dang. Your Grace, I fear for my life. I think someone is trying to get me. What's going on? I think someone is following me. They want me dead. Who's they? I don't know. How would I know? I haven't done anything, right? I better be going. What do you make of this, Audrey? Radovians? Here? How would they get through the mountains? Why would they threaten a war? A lot of questions, but I need answers, Audrey. Forgive me, Your Grace. I'm just puzzled. It might be reasonable to start thinking about renewing some old treaties. Talk to old friends. See who could give us a hand. With our current resources, a war would bring certain defeat. I will make some preparations. Yes, Father. There was a wedding in the village. I've heard there were quite a few weddings in the village, just outside our walls. It wasn't bad, but I've heard it could have been better if my father was a little bit less stingy. How do you know this? Sounds as if they had the honor of a royal guest. Of course not. I've heard what people say is all. Come on now, I know about the wedding. Lorsalia told me. How would she know anyway? Of course, Sidani. Sidani. I'm worried about you. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you. You have no need to worry. Nothing will happen. Do you know what's out there? What could have happened if someone found a princess by herself in a village? All the drunkards, thugs. Nothing happened, Father. I was dressed differently. I was careful. I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing. All I wanted was a little fun. Lorsalia said you got drunk. That's a lie. I know what I'm doing. I can take care of myself. How many times? Ugh, Lorsulia. Since she turned 13, she thinks you will make her marry some fat, dumb prince and send her off to another castle. If she intends to be such a lousy rat, maybe it would be for the best. Is that why she's been acting up lately? I suppose so. It doesn't change the fact that she's just infuriating. It doesn't change the fact that you didn't stop with the name calling. You're confined to the castle. No more visits to the market. Ugh, stupid Lursulia. I'll teach her a lesson. Micah, nice boost to your cozy, 40%. Stop with the names. Better talk to Lursulia. Oh, it's you. Celia told me what's going on. Told me you might be feeling down recently. Why is that? You won't have to marry a stranger. Tradition says a girl your age needs a husband, but I promise you won't have to marry a stranger. We will make sure we know the prince well before the wedding. That time will show. I will check on you later. Let's see. We still gotta talk to our wife. Darling, foreign barbarians visit us this week. Radovians have come to Davern. One of their bandits was brought to the castle. Radovians? That can't be right. You think it's about our promise? It might be. What do you think? 13 years ago, we promised our unborn child's hand to a thug. Bayron, wasn't it? Does it matter? After 13 years, a Radovian shows up in our castle. I'll be damned. Ursulia will soon become a woman. We'll need to find her a husband. Bayron, the villain, will arrive to make me fulfill my promise. What about the witch? You remember the curse? I don't even want to think about this. Let's just hope the curse is nothing but a hoax and see how things turn out. What got into us? How could we have promised our daughter's hand to a Radovian? With a knife to my throat, I'm not sure what else we could have done. To think our daughter will marry some barbaric thug, though. We can't let this happen, Eric. Don't worry. We'll solve this. What now? What are we going to do? If Bayron ever shows up to claim our daughter's hand, hopefully no one will believe him. We just need to play stupid, unless he shows up with an army. Don't be silly now. How could a commoner afford an army? Even we can't. How could Radovians get to Davern? Anything seems possible at this stage. You did send the bandit to the dungeons. No, I let him see justice. Damn it, you should have questioned him first. One less barbarian to worry about, though. How are you holding up? I don't know. It's so unreal. Marry a prince, a lord even, yes, but let her marry a thug? We can't do this. It will be fine. I won't let them take her away. Eric, I am terrified. I can handle this. Fine, I will stay here. When a Radovian man shows up at Davern's castle, Eric immediately knew it was about the promise he and his wife made 13 years ago. Aurelia agreed with Eric's worries. Bayron, a thug from Radovia, was after the king's oldest daughter, Lorsulia. Let's see. Hearing, let's see. The current situation in the kingdom forced King Eric to decline helping Lord Eaton. Let's fix the market stall. Revno, week 3. The pigeon has a message. Dear Eric, we have crossed the mountains. We will come for what was promised. For the gods have graced us with their strength. Bayron, king of Radovia. So they do have a king after all. There's a king, an army follows. What promise are they babbling at? I don't know. Whatever their imaginings are, they'll come looking for them. Problem is, our treasury has seen better times. Seeking allies might be our best bet. I'll let you get on with the audits, and I'll make some preparations in the meantime. I'll be in the council chamber, Your Grace. Your Grace, injustice and hunger have struck our village. Men, dressed in black, came and took our stock. Hardly anything left worth giving dogs now. I wanted to kindly ask for 7 pieces of gold, or 5 sacks of supplies, Your Grace. That way we can at least keep our children fed. Take these supplies. Feed your children. That'll be enough to keep us going for a couple weeks. Gods favor you. I come with a business proposition, Your Grace. I need 12 gold to hire men and buy resources to build a new tavern in Bronca. You see, the tavern will serve as more than just a way for locals to get drunk. The village is really well positioned. It has many visitors, but they never stay for long. A new tavern will change that and guarantee a steady income. I will share the profits once I start making money on the business. That would take most of our treasury. But could return on investment. Do we take the risk? Cozy Goblins, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for collecting your daily blanket. Maybe... Oh, you loved this game when you played it? It's my first time playing. I'm trying to figure out whether to invest in this merchant to build a tavern, and get a, you know, whether or not it'd be worth the risk, to return on investment. It would take most of our current treasury. We're only on week 3. Let's see. Micah, thank you for redeeming group hydrate. If you're watching with me, please take a drink of something that does not have caffeine. Let's see. Let's take a risk. I may regret this later. 8 tables, 13 beds, make a cheaper shared chamber. It's gonna work well. Well, at least I got an achievement for investing in the tavern business. Ooh, Cozy Goblins. Thank you for redeeming the medieval fact of the day. The one I've got for you guys right now is, okay, it was, let's see. Had to remember which Edward. Edward II. King Edward II. He was king in the early 14th century, but he was much hated. This guy was so disliked. He feared for his life among his fellow nobles. Rightfully so. Because he was, yeah, nobody liked him. And so he feared that one of his nobles would literally stab him in the back in the Parliament chamber. And so he made wearing of armor or carrying of weapons in Parliament illegal. And it's illegal to this day. So that's your medieval fact of the day. Is the reason people cannot carry, you know, reason that they can't have any sort of armor or weapons going into Parliament is because there was a king who was very much disliked. Your Grace, a disease is crawling in our village. It's nothing serious, I don't think, but fevers and sneezes are all over the place. It appeared out of nowhere, as if a dark force brought it upon us. It doesn't sound serious. Probably just a good rule generally, regardless of likability. I mean, which is probably why it was never overturned, is then all the other ones who followed were like, you know, that's probably a good rule to keep. No one has ever died from just a little cold. Well, I suppose you're right. It may just be recent days that were a little colder than usual. Alright, we gotta go to the council chamber. Your Grace, I appointed a scout. He will let us know what we're up against. Meanwhile, we should invite King Talus. He may be able to help. Click on Allies tab on the resource panel to view your potential allies. We can talk to nearby lords, but first I would suggest inviting Talus. Here you can view details of each of your potential allies. You need to have a pigeon available in order to send an invite. Great, Talus should visit us within a week. With his army, we should be able to repel Radovia, no matter what they come with. Thank you, Audrey. Hey there. Pumpkin, silly pickle, potato head. I'm going with silly pickle. I'm not silly. You're right. You're a silly pickle. Ugh, Your Grace. You shouldn't be playing here. But this is my most cherished place in the fortress. You have the finest items here, Father. Please let me stay here. I won't break anything, I promise. Go play in the gardens. Father, don't grumble. Go. I'll see you in the gardens later. Alright. Okay. With that, we'll end this week. We've got some income right now. I need to make more money before I can repair the theater. I need to work on getting some happiness back. Our general should be back now. Also, King Talus. Your Grace, I have found the son of the peasant. He was lost in a nearby forest looking for home. He was weakened and thirsty, but should be back to full strength soon enough. King Talus. Hardly any light can get through these windows. These halls used to shine, Eric. Father! Look what she did! Aselius put feces under my pillow! How can I ever wash it off? Why did you tell her I told on her? Can you not see that we have a guest? Go back to your chamber, now. There's always people in here. We'll deal with that later. Scuttle off. If you can't even control your children, I'm surprised you still sit where you do. And that I'm still standing where I am. Forgive me. We have had a lot going on recently. I'm asking if you're going to make me stand like a commoner. Oh, of course. Let's talk in the council room. You have a lot of books. What can be so important that you couldn't just send me a pigeon? I'll be straightforward with this. I need an army. Radovia has threatened me and my family. Ah, Radovia? Here? Yes, they're simple men, untrained. Tell you what, I will give you 3,000 soldiers. My army can deal with anything they throw its way. Just like that? Of course not. You see, my son Ivo has been crying and moaning to me about finding him a princess. He's always bothering me. It's about time he grew up. A wife would keep him busy, out of the way. Lursulia would be good enough for him. She could teach him a thing or two. I also want access to the fine collection of books you have here. Plus anything else you can find. You still seek cures for your wife. Her condition hasn't improved. Well, that does not concern you. You get an army, I get Lursulia, and access to these books. So an army for a marriage in return. Yes, of course. You catch on quickly. I'll send my armies right away. But we'll do it on my terms. I can't just let you take my daughter for a few hundred men. Come now, Eric. We know Davern has seen better times. When Radovia comes, who will protect your people, your family? Are you going to order peasants to fight them with pitchforks? I mean, I'd rather Lorsulia get an actual prince versus this person who wants to take her by force. What should I ask for? I'm going with the general. You'll provide a general to help with our people's needs. How about I just pay for one of yours? That's fine. I will send an army straight away, but I want immediate access to the archives. The marriage can be organized later. Let me get lost in your books then. I will start from this room. You can find me in the throne room if you need me. What do we have here? Alright, so we're getting an ally via marriage. We're gonna have to talk to our daughter, be like, so we chose your husband. That's gonna be a hard convo. Banker. I'm here representing Bank de Florentini. I hear that your treasury has seen better times, but I'm here to help. Should we get a loan? $50 gold, repayable over 5 weeks. First loan is free of charge. Oh. Weeks. I don't feel like I make enough currently. But if I get it, I'll be able to repair the theater. I'm gonna take it. We'll take the risk. Hopefully by the end of 5 weeks, the tavern and like inn and stuff will be fixed. Let's talk to our wife first. Lorsulia's getting married. No, did Bayron find us? We can't let him. Lorsulia will marry Ivo, Prince of Atana. I made a treaty with Talus, marriage for army in return. We cannot let her marry a barbarian. Eric, you said you would find a way. Wait, Ivo? That's good. That's great! Ivo is a prince after all, and if Lorsulia is married to Ivo, then Bayron can't do anything. Talus's army might simply scare them away. This is fantastic news, Eric. Wonderful. Who's going to prepare the wedding? Guests, menu. We need to decorate the throne room. We need to buy flowers and decorations. Oh, we need a band, too. I'll take care of it. We'll see how the treasury looks at the end of the week. Does Lorsulia know yet? No, I came straight to you. She's been acting up lately. Maybe it's better if I tell her. Actually, no, you talk to her. I'll get on with preparations. I will see you later, darling. I think things will turn out perfectly fine. Thank you, my dear. See, I told you. Get some rest. Secure our daughter's safety and the kingdom's safety with marriage. It's you. There's something I need to tell you. We have no choice. You must marry Ivo, the Prince of Atana. I'm sorry. What do you mean? Don't I get a say in this? We need this marriage to secure an army that will defend us. A war is coming. So I'm going to be sacrificed. Did you even consider any other options? Did you even try to offer something other than your daughter? Oh. I knew it. I knew the day I'm old enough you would just sell me to the highest bidder. You've been waiting for this. You can't wait to get rid of me, can you? I wish I was a common girl, living in the village, having nothing to worry about. Being able to marry the one I love, not some snob I've never met. Stupid wedding. Stupid prince. You're stupid. Talus wasn't going to take anything else. Your Grace? How are you doing? Recent downpours have damaged a lot of buildings, Your Grace. While we still have space for prisoners, we should focus on buildings that need more attention. I have had a scribe write a list of things that need to be fixed. You will see this in your weekly summary. Sounds like it's going to be costly. Yes. Well, maybe it's a good thing I took the loan after all. What's going on in Atana? Did Yelis and Baravia resolve their wars yet? What were they fighting about again? Land? Witchcraft? I don't know, and I don't care to find out. I have my own problems. Is everything right in Hagos? I've always wanted to visit your beautiful town. Why don't you? Go and see for yourself what it's like. Better than this rat hole. Jeez, rude. I'd like to know a little bit about your son before the marriage. What's there to say? He has royal blood. I pay enough for his masters to ensure he's at least half as smart as I am. Can't you leave me alone, Eric? I'm trying to focus here. Are the books of any use? Healing fever. How to prevent dysentery, something about malaria. All of these are useless. Yes, she's still sick, otherwise I wouldn't even be here. But like I told you already, it's none of your business. Later that night, better be something important at this ungodly hour. Your Grace, Radovian forces have been spotted nearby. We should send our men to track them down. They've come for Lusalia, Eric. We must do something. Send a general to check this. See what they are up to. Repair the theater. Flower decorations for the wedding. And a band. I'm gonna save buying the fabrics. Alright, General, what have you learned? Radovians have formed stationary posts around our castle, Your Grace. Camps, if you like. They're planning their next moves. Destroying the posts should damage their ability to form strategies, Your Grace. Although we now have the prospect of an army, we shouldn't give them any advantage. Take a look at the map, Your Grace. Send an agent to clear those posts as soon as possible. Wait on my mark. I will instruct you where to strike. Yes, Your Grace. Your Grace, my son was found safe and sound. There are no words. Here's a little something. My wife has made a cake for you. A strawberry one, I think. Thank you, Your Grace. We have a strawberry pie. Merchant. Your Grace, the tavern you helped me to establish is up and running. It's doing so well that it's not just a stop between long trips. It's more of a destination all on its own now. As promised, I will now start sharing my profits with you. A whole 1 gold every week. Sounds fair, right? You must be joking. This is ridiculously low. I want 3 pieces of gold. I think it will be fair for both parties. Guess you're right. Your Grace, 3 pieces of gold it is then. It was worth a shot. Sidani? How can I help, silly pickle? I'm worried about Lursulia, father. What will happen to her when she leaves? She promised me she'd take care of me, but now she's leaving. Why would she lie? And what happens to Dusty? What about Dusty? Are you more concerned about Lursulia or her cat, Sidani? Both, truly. It's Lursulia's cat. She'll probably want to take Dusty to keep her company. But if she didn't leave, then Dusty wouldn't have to go as well. I don't want her to leave. Can you talk to her? It's not Lursulia's choice. I'm sure she would prefer to stay. She would never leave you on purpose. Why does she do it then? If she would rather stay, she should. Can you talk to her? Of course, Sidani, I can try, but I don't think that will change a thing. Better check on Lursulia when there's time. Your Grace, they took our cattle. Monsters with steel came in the night and took everything. Sure, there's plenty of grass left now, but what's the good of it if there aren't cattle to graze on it? Can you help us? Here's 5 gold. more than we needed. Thank you, Your Grace. We'll be ready for the wedding in 4 weeks, Your Grace. The Radovian posts need to be eliminated by then. We still need to provide for the people's needs. Striking the right balance between the two might be tough, if not impossible. With our current resources, we will need to prioritize. Why won't it let me leave? Okay, there we go. Bedchamber? Darling? How are the wedding preparations going? Do you need help with anything? I'm preparing some handmade decorations. I hope Lursulia likes them. I'm sure she will. They're lovely, my darling. The wedding is so soon. There's so much to do. I think we're going to have roast duck and a Calasian salad. I don't know yet about the cake. I need to speak with Lursulia about it. I'll let you work on the preparations. If you need anything, I'll be in the throne room. Let's see. Lucelia's not up there? Maybe the garden. Please tell me you haven't had a skirmish with Lursulia. She's far too soft for that. She wouldn't stand a chance. Let me be the judge of that. Show me what you've got. Really? You'll fight with a girl? Let's go. I don't really know how. Since I can't go to the market, I just had to find something else to do. I just picked them up. Just swing your sword. Oh, my eyes watering. Am I holding it right? Too slow. My turn. You've got quite an arm there, young lady. Tell me, Azalea, what is going on with you two? Still holding grudges? She's locked herself up in her chamber. What a baby. You did leave feces on her bed. Don't pretend like this is the reason she won't come out. You will be 13 next year. We will get requests for certain. No one wants to be a spinster. We will find you someone reasonable. I guess I didn't think of it before. This puts everything into a different perspective. I was angry at her for being so irritating, but now I'm angry at her that she's leaving me. I'm sure you will find a way to occupy your time. I guess we should end it here. Just warming up. Do you think we could do this again one day? Sure. I will find you when I have a while. That'll be never then. We hardly do anything anymore. Talus would tell you otherwise, trust me. Father, I'm sorry. What I did to Lursulia wasn't fair. Don't apologize to me. I know. I feel like it's best to give her some time. I will make it right, though. Stay safe. Alright. I don't think I'm able to... Alright. Oh, right. General... Alright. Exploring locations may result in gain of resources. In this case, we need to dispatch of the Radovian posts. You can send any agent to explore any location. All right. We're currently making 5 gold. We're making 15 gold. Okay. Cool. So we're making more than enough. To pay our dues when it comes to the bank repayment. I want to make sure that we've got what we need for the wedding. Week 6. Alright, General. No sign of Radovians at the West Post, Your Grace. We did find a hell of a mess, though. They left some golden supplies behind. They must have been gone in a hurry. We got 2 gold and 2 supplies. It's more important that we use our general to investigate these right now in the lead up for the wedding. Your Grace, I think I know that they are after me. Who are you talking about? Yesterday, when I went to bed, someone was in my room. They moved the candles. They left them on the windowsill. I never leave candles on the windowsill. Your Grace. And then he leaves without, like, allowing us to do anything. Have you seen Lursulia, darling? I think she's still locked up in her chamber. She's refusing to come out. I think it's best to give her some time. I don't know what to do, darling. The wedding is so close. I wanted her to help me pick the flowers, but she won't talk to me. I suppose you're right, though. I'll get back to the preparations. Of course, my sweetest. Your Grace, yet another village has been raided by Radovian forces. Should we aid them in their time of need? This could have a great effect on your people's contentment, Your Grace. We can't allow Radovia to threaten our land. I don't have a general available! We need to prepare for the final blow. Merchant, what do you have there, merchant? Your Grace, I bring you a mixture that can cure illness. Works most of the time. Cures almost anything. You won't find anything better for 5 pieces of gold. I wonder if this could... See. Might be useful. Still time until the wedding. Check the Radovian post while there's still a chance. Okay. Can't believe how fast the time flies. Ursulia doesn't really want to get involved with the wedding preparations, so everything's on my head. She'd be less upset if she understood that this is the best option we have. You think we should tell her about the promise? No, Eric. How do you think she would react? She would hate us forever for promising her before she was even born. We can never find out about this. I have this medicine. I bought it from a merchant. Apparently it cures everything. Just trying to help. You're so worried about your wife. I'm like, well, maybe try this. No need to bite my head off. Save and continue. No sign of the Radovians at the East Post, Your Grace. There was nothing left behind. Your Grace, thanks to the new end we've built, our workers are happier and work harder. We can now plow much faster. We still need to maintain the end, but I wanted to bring you something extra for the help. We'll be contributing 1 gold every week to the kingdom. This is very generous. Thank you very much. Our people will appreciate this. Please visit us if you need any more help. Thank you, Your Grace. What are you hiding there, silly pickle? You said I can't have a cat, so I got myself a different pet. I never said you can't have a cat, just not Lursalia's one. It's a snail. I found him in the gardens, and I called him Smudge. That's an unusual pet, and an unusual name. He's nice, but he's not a cat. He's all slimy and sticky, kinda gross. That's the best replacement I've found so far. Maybe if Lursulia didn't have to leave, she could help me find something better. Ivo will want Lursulia by his side. Once your sister gets married, she will have to go with Ivo. She has to support him. She can't stay with you forever, you know. So there's no way? No way. I think she would love it in the council chamber, Father. When can I go back there? You mean the snail? What was it? Smeary? Smudge! It's not that hard, Father. He smudges. That's why. Yes, Smudge. I'm afraid you won't be able to go to the council chamber for a while, though. King Talus is staying there until the wedding ceremony. Besides, I did tell you not to play in there, didn't I? Yes, Father. Your Grace, I have a small favor to ask of you. Hick! Tiny. Would you happen to have any spare gold, you see? 1 piece of gold is all I ask for. That way, hick, I could get myself some more bush. I know this is rather unusual, but I would greatly appreciate the help. So, what say you? Get out of here. Don't waste my time. Your Grace, my village has been raided by bandits. Let me guess, there's a monster on their banners. No, not at all. Locals, for sure, but they were armed. Our food supplies and cattle were stolen. Greatly appreciate your support. I can't send a general, but I could give them some supplies. I can give 7 sacks of supplies. I hope this will compensate your losses. That should be more than enough. Much obliged, Your Grace. Your Grace, I've been robbed. I was on my way down to Hagos when a bunch of thugs threatened my life if I did not give them all my goods. Now I'm left with nothing and nowhere to go. There's a chance I could count on your support. You've lost your things. Is this why you came here? Your Grace, we can't compensate everyone who loses their belongings. It's an obvious risk of your profession. 12 gold. I can't. You should have known it could happen one day. You always hear about these things, but you don't actually believe it could happen to you. Obvious risk. Bah, perhaps you should make the roads safer. Sounds like Rodovia has copycats of sorts. Other bandits can now get away with their crimes more easily. They know the blame will fall on the Rodovians and hope we won't look for them. Things will settle down after the wedding, I'm sure, Your Grace. Okay. She hasn't. I'm worried about her. She hasn't eaten anything for the past few days. I hope she'll forgive us for this one day. Okay. The Queen wanted to see you, Your Grace. Darling? Everything is ready, apart from one last thing. Choosing a dress. I'll let you do the honors. Ooh, y'all. Which dress? Which dress are we going with? I'm not sure how well y'all can see that. We've got number 1, which is like Cinderella. We got number 2, which is a little sleeker. And number 3, which is the most sleek and also the most plain. I don't necessarily want to go with this one, because I want her to feel prettier, you know? Like, not that it's not pretty, but... Definitely not the right one, though. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The middle one's pretty, but the one on the left is fancy. I think the middle one. It is the prettiest. Middle ground gown. Nothing special, but for 25 pieces of... Okay, I don't think we can afford the one on the left, frankly. We can't afford the fancy one, I don't think. So, middle one it is. It'll take a lot of our finances, but we can afford it. No, we can't afford this. I think this gown looks quite nice. We can't afford that one. Just out of curiosity. Wife really wants the puffy one, but it's like, how much is it? Puffy decorated piece of art. Isn't it beautiful? 50 gold! 50 gold! Honey, we don't have 50 gold. We don't have 50 gold. No. We can't afford that one. We can't, honey, I love you, my dear, my beloved wife, I love you. But we cannot afford that dress. There's not enough money in the treasury. We will get the middle ground. I think it's quite nice. Now we don't have very much money. Babes, no. Right, yeah, 50. 50 rune. It was 50 for that dress. It's like, yeah, no, we can't, like, just going for the middle ground has sapped our finances. Thank you for the 50 biddies, Bluma. Ooh, you earned the 1K bits badge. Thank you so much, Bluma. I don't remember, let's see. Which emote was that? Trying to remember which emote that unlocked for you. Oh, you've got the take my money. Appropriate. Appropriate. I'm glad you like it, Bluma. Alright, General, please tell me you brought us. North Post was crawling with Rodovian scum. We have managed to dispatch most of them. Hey, happiness. Oh, yay, it's this guy. Your Grace, I'm starting to think that perhaps you are involved. What am I saying? Why would I say this? Why would I tell someone? You know that they know. I better leave. I can leave, right? Where was this emote when we were dress shopping? Right? Right? Oh, here's our daughter, Lursulia. Father. Lursulia, you finally came out. Can you please come meet me on the wall when you get a chance? I want to talk to you. Of course, I will see you there. I come to ask for your help. My father is very sick with fever. Help me, please. He is pale as a ghost, and he shakes and sweats all the time. We have tried treating the fever with cold water, a poultice of butter, onion, and garlic. We've even given him a concoction of wormwood and mint. Egads, we've tried letting the bad blood with leeches. I'm afraid he might not last another night. If we had a court witch available, she could handle these diseases. That's true. You should put the word out that we are looking for one. As for your father, I have this medicine. This should help. Something stronger that you wouldn't find on a rural stall. That will probably help. Thank you, Your Grace. Papa, here I come. Okay. Jovian Post gone. I think we are ready for the wedding, Your Grace. We gotta talk to our daughter. Wedding is next week. First, we must pet the cat. It's you. You wanted to see me. I'm sorry I shouted at you, Father. I didn't mean it when I called you stupid. I just wish things were different. I just wish I'd spent the past couple of days being with you, not angry at you. I know, darling. I know. I love you, Father. I love you too. I love you more than anything in this world, Luli. I know. That's why we're marrying you off to another country, so you don't get taken by someone worse. You hate it when I call you that, but you're still my Luli. It's alright, Papa. I'll miss you calling me Luli. Your mother has prepared one hell of a wedding. I'd better get ready before she finds me. I'll see you at the party. We've been preparing for this for weeks. We've booked a florist, bought throne decorations, we'll have a live band. No need, I just want it to be over and done with. Wow, King Talus is so rude. For Larulia's sake, I really hope his son is better. Who cares about some stupid decoration? It's the vows that are important. I hate weddings. People forget what they're really about. Well, it's going to be quite a party either way. I'll see you there. It's like, well, you might not care. My daughter deserves a banger of a wedding. My daughter deserves the best. Hi, Luli. Are you ready for the wedding? Yes, I had one question I must ask, Your Grace. Yes? May Smudge come to the wedding too? Well, I guess. But you need to keep a very close up to you. I always keep him close, Your Grace. Fine. He can come. Don't forget to say goodbye to Lursulia. She's leaving right after the wedding. I also need to say goodbye to Dusty. It's gonna be alright, silly pickle. Yes, Father? We're almost ready for the wedding. Looks like it's going to be quite a banquet. Yeah, for you it will, not for Lusulia. I still can't believe she's leaving. Hopefully she can learn to be friends with Prince Ivo. I don't think she wants to. I know. I wish we had more time to find a prince. This is the way it has to be. Stay safe. Alright. Save and continue. Kings of Davern and Etana make an alliance treaty to join forces against Radovia. Ekam. I'm overwhelmed by the beauty of my new wife here. I'll enjoy the company, I'm sure. Oh, she looks so pretty. Damn it. Ivo, are you alright? Of course, I'm perfectly fine. Thank you, Your Grace. So, like I said, company, my wife, yes, here's to that. Forgive me, Father said I should make some kind of speech. I wasn't sure what to say. I hope I didn't offend you. Anyway, you look very pretty, Lursulia. Oh. Ivo, he's a good lad. I wouldn't let you marry someone inappropriate. You know that, right, Lursulia? A bit clumsy to be sure, but he will grow out of that. I'll be on my way, if you will excuse me. Alice? About the Radovians. This seals the deal, Eric. You get the army, I get full access to the archives. Shaking hands. I wasn't sure if you would honor our bargain, Eric. Why would you think that? You're a family man, aren't you? I didn't think you would want to let your daughter leave the nest just yet. Believe me, the other option didn't seem any better. And the party went on. Everyone was busy eating fancy food, drinking the finest wine. I looked for him everywhere. I've stirred up every pot, even in the kitchen. Don't worry, we'll find him, Sidani. This salad looks surprisingly flavorsome. What is it, a Kaladesi recipe? The dress is not half bad. I didn't know they had such sublime taste. These snails are extremely undercooked. Oh, Smudge! What snails? That's not part of the menu. Smudge! The party went better than anyone expected. Listen, I think I've wasted... I've spent enough time with the guests. I really need to get back to the archive, so if you don't mind, I'll take my leave, Eric. Alice, Your Grace, leaving so early. A toast. Drink at least one more with us. See? Perfect timing, Your Grace. Will I get some peace after that? To the young couple. Oh no! Oh no! Do something! Talus was on the ground before anyone had a chance to react. He's not, is he? Father? Your Grace! Father! Eric, how could you ever allow this to happen? You've accommodated us in your castle, which we are grateful for, but this is beyond our belief. You have failed as a host and are responsible for the events of tonight.
Yes.
The King of Atana, Talus, is dead. Ivo, you're Talus's only son. You have no choice but to take the burden of the crown upon yourself. Go ahead, Ivo. Eric, I can't believe this. You leave me no choice. As the new king of Atana, my first order is... withhold the armies that my father promised to you. And I will not be paying for your agents. Eric, the king of Devern, you are responsible for Talus's death unless otherwise can be proven upon a royal trial. Until then, Devern will not receive support from Atana. Lursulia, pack your things. We're taking my father home. No, you can't do that. Your Grace, the wedding is over. The vows were said. The marriage still stands. Have courage, my darling. Oh, God. Great ceremony? Considering how much I drank that night, it's quite remarkable I remember anything. What about the servant? The servant who served it? Did you see anything suspicious? Anyone wandering off where they shouldn't? Lady Lena was staring at Lursulia's dress a bit too much, if you ask me. Nothing else, I'm afraid. She looked fab, she did. And we're, again, deeply sorry about your daughter, Lord Eden. Thank you, Your Grace. My wife is still in mourning. Oof. I think we have examined all the guests. We haven't heard anything out of the ordinary. Talus's soldiers were the main bulk of our army. Solving the murder case will surely convince Ivo to aid us in battle. Whoever did poison Talus must have planned it out to the smallest detail. If you find any leads, let me know. Talus wasn't anyone's favorite person, but you'd need to have a very good reason to murder the King of Atana. We mustn't lose focus on our main goal, however. Rodovia won't wait for us to resolve this. In this situation, we shan't rely on Talus, Ivo's army. We need to seek help from other lords in case we can't convince Ivo in time. As for the army, we will need to reach out to neighboring lords, make allies, sign treaties. Sounds like you're in quite the pickle, Your Grace. You're still here? Speaking of allies, treaties, etc. I have a hefty army waiting for orders. I can throw some extra gold and supplies to aid you too. 230 men and 6 gold. That would be great. Not so fast, Your Grace. Can't simply give anything away for nothing, can I? Lurs from Pendle, Your Grace. He stopped delivering spices to my associates in Branca. Turmeric, caraway, anise, foods as bland as hell without all those. Persuade Lurs to renew the deliveries, and my men will aid you in the battle, Your Grace. I'll see what can be done. Very well. We should invite Lurs over, see what we can do. Marked areas of interest on the map. Might be worth checking them. Maybe we can find a piece of gold or two. We don't know when Rodovia will show up, but we need to start preparing for the battle as soon as possible. I've made note of things we can do on our weekly summary, Your Grace. We should be able to deny payment for our agents. We can't expect them to work if you don't pay them, but at least we can save a coin. Maintaining our army will also cost us supplies. It only gets more difficult from now on, Your Grace. And there are the petitioners. Perhaps the servant will shine some light on the case. You've called for me, Your Grace. Tell me what happened during the wedding night. I don't know, Your Grace. I was only bringing food and drinks, like I was told. So sorry. I swear I did nothing, by the gods. Please don't punish me. I swear I didn't know these drinks were poisoned. I only picked them up from the kitchen and brought them to the ceremony. I swear I didn't know, Your Grace. Calm down, it's all right. I wasn't saying you did anything. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. I promise on my family, Your Grace, I know nothing, but the dungeon guard might know something. He's mentioned he saw someone in the wine cellar that night. I don't know anything else, though, I swear. I believe that narrows our search. You may go, but don't leave Davern until after the royal trial. Thank you, Your Grace. Dear Father, we have arrived. Atana is nothing like Davern. The vast streets of Hagos expand endlessly, it seems. Asalia would love to get lost in here. The journey was tiring, but the views have compensated for everything. Sedani would have made your ears fall off with her questions if she saw the landscape here. The cliffs and rocks span across the whole of Atana. It makes you feel very small. On top of all those rocks, there lies Hagos, like a nest looking over everything. Now I understand why they use the griffin as their banner. I'm really sorry for the last weeks we spent together. Hug Mother for me. Yours, Lursulia. But also very dangerous. Don't want to be caught out in the rural windstorms. Should reply to Lursulia. Tell her it's good to hear from her. Of course. What should I ask her about? Not sure. Maybe the girls have some questions. Let me know when you're ready to write the letter. My son, a disgrace to the family. I sent him to gather some brushwood in the forest. Turns out he's too dumb to find a way back home. Do you think you could help us find him? I mean, there's no rush. I can't. I'm sorry. There's no way I could help. You can always try the neighboring villages. Ask around. I guess that's one less mouth to feed, although I'll miss his ugly face. Well, he's not particularly upset. I just don't have the resources to spare at the moment. Some lords will provide extra gold or supplies in addition to their army offer. Lord offerings are shown in the right of their prof. King Ivo currently does not like us. We need to invite Lurs, try and solve the issue with him and Etten. What happened at the wedding was awful. I still can't believe Talus was poisoned. Could have been me. Do you think Lursulia will be alright? Ivo seemed very upset. I'm sure she will be fine. As long as we find out who's responsible for this, we can renew our treaty. Who could have done something so terrible? Must have been one of the guests. We're gathering evidence. When we have enough proof, we will call the royal trial. How can I help your grace? I've heard you know something about Talus's death. Servant said you saw someone. Saw someone? No, but I have found this. Some kind of tooth, I think. How did you obtain this item? I was guarding the prisoners, your grace. Well, I might have had a drink or two with the other guards. It was time to celebrate after all. I never left the dungeons, of course. Until the end of my watch, that is. What happened at the end of your watch? I was doing the usual check of all the cellars, yes. A little unsteady, but that's where I found the tooth. Where did you find this? In the wine cellar, your grace. I didn't see anyone going in there, though. They probably crept in while you were busy drinking. I'm sorry, your grace. I really didn't mean anything bad to happen. Lucelia sent a letter. Your sister has arrived safely in Atana. She said you would love it there. I'm sure I would if I ever got to leave this castle. You would be able to leave the castle if you behaved better. Yeah, right. When you write to Luli, can you ask her about Ivo? What is he like? I can't imagine having to leave here and live with some strange man. If there's any free space in the letter, I'll ask her. Thank you. I hate that you had to see that. Wedding didn't really go to plan. It was terrible. Wedding went fairly well until then. Ursulia was even considering dancing. She looked very beautiful in her dress. I really miss her, father. I miss her too. Alright, evidence. We have the tooth. Tell her I'm taking her bedchamber. Mother let me. Or, no, tell her Asalia read her diary. No, that's not right. I have very limited space, silly pickle. I can only say one thing, yes. Oh, it's too big of a decision. I'll come to you later when I think of something good enough. She will write more letters, but the first one is the most important. Well, come to see me whenever you're ready.
뭐야? 다바데 바로 다바보보보
Let's see.
이바보 가보보이
We don't have a hunter in the castle. I'll ask Audrey to put word out that we're looking for one.
오 알보
I'm quite jealous of her. Atana is a beautiful place. Their castle is much better than ours. I hope she will learn her way around soon. I'm sure she will, darling. When you write to her, tell her I'm sending my best wishes to both of them. Ask her how she's dealing with all these new things, and what has she been doing without her sisters.
바이
I don't want to write her a full-length book. I'll see what I can do.
오바이 이바오와
Prepare to table.
오바이 뭐야 이바 오바이 오 이바오와 에이 오바이 오바오
Hmm.
아바이 바이요 아바야바이 아유 아바야워
Okay.
이와와 왜요 오바야와 아이 뭐와 왜 오, 오에 보바이 오바이 고이오야 나무 아이 오바이
Okay. See. Ads will run soon, and I'm gonna take a quick break. My drinks are empty, and I could use a bite and stuff. Give me 5-ish minutes. And I will be back, but we will do the last hour of this game before we switch to game number 3. So I will be back soon. Take a break. Take care of yourselves. I hope you all took a chance to take a break as well. Stretch out, get something fresh to drink. We've got 1 hour left on this game. And then we'll spin the wheel and see what game number 3 will be. But how are you guys liking the game so far? What do you think of Yes, Your Grace? If this is your first time seeing it. Feel free to let me know in the chat if you'd like. All right. Thank you, Micah. Welcome back as well. The story is interesting. We can't afford training grounds yet. I feel like we might need to take a pass on this week. You have to keep in mind, this all happens over the course of 1 year. So we have 42 weeks left before the battle happens. I don't think we're going to get through 42 weeks in today's stream. But we'll come back to this game and continue the storyline in the future. Let's see. I think I need to pass this week. Alright. Talk to the general. Nearby river has dried up. The residents have been carrying water to their homes from a lake for days. I helped them with my horse, and now they have extra water saved. I made sure they knew it was thanks to the king. Oh yay, we got an extra boost of contentment. Here's Lurs. You have called for me, your grace. I've heard about spices. I suspect you've been speaking to Eden. He trades my spices with Prasis to get fortune dabs. Some call it Dipudabu, but it's most commonly known by the name of Oracle Dust. I've heard about Rodovia. I can help if you aid me in return. What's Oracle Dust? It's a medicinal use, of course, but also recreational. Highly addictive. It's particularly popular amongst priests and the like. Something about spiritual enlightenment. Makes a lot of coin, ultimately costs people lives. I want no part in this. Shame I'm losing sales, though. It's far away. Do not buy Oracle Dust. If you hear of anyone trying to sell dust, don't hesitate to put them in the dungeons. If anything suspicious happens, make sure I'm the first to know. If you do the right thing here, be sure that my army will stand by your side when the war begins. 200 soldiers. I can also help with 6 supplies. I heard Eaton is selling dust near Kaski. First step in the right direction would be to stop their deliveries. You're right. There's no place for dust in Davern. Say no to drugs, kids. Crack is whack. Also, I have this animal tooth. Found this in my wine cellar. Can you tell me anything about it? Looks like a healthy animal, no holes or chips. Not sure what animal it could have come from. I'm not much of an expert on beasts. That's all for now. It's a Leo. Hi, everybody. All right. See. Hmm. See. Oh, it's this guy again. I'm sorry for what I said last time, Your Grace. I cannot think straight sometimes. The thing is, someone is after me. How can I find out who it is? I don't have a clue. If I tell anyone that I know, then they will know, and that is worse, right? How can I help you? If you don't tell me exactly what's happening. Your Grace, you don't understand. Tell me what you did to make someone want to come after you. I saw a man and... No, that's not it. I don't know. I can't tell you, Your Grace. What if this person is listening? You should leave. Do not waste my time if you can't come up with a way for me to help you. Your Grace, I really didn't mean to upset you. I am just so scared. Don't come here again. Sadani, Your Grace, I hate that Lorsulia has left already. She looked very pretty in her dress. She would look beautiful in any dress. I already miss her father. When I have a wedding, can I wear the same dress? Of course you can, Sadani. Mother said Lorsulia sent a letter, and that she's fine. Have you already replied to her? Have you asked about Dusty? I haven't asked her about Dusty yet. Can you please ask Lorsulia about the cat, Father? Where does he sleep? What does he eat? Is he even alive? I can try asking her, Sadani. Please do, Your Grace. What are you chewing? Alright. Father, you promised to practice sword fighting with me, remember? Maybe we could try later today, please? Of course. I'll come see you in the gardens once I'm done here. Your Grace, men with monsters on their banner have come ravaging our village. They set our barn on fire. It wasn't long before the flames spread to other buildings. The village is still burning. Most of our supplies are already lost. Please, send us some help. We will send a general. His men will help you put out the fires and get back to work again. Maybe I should have given supplies. Leonardo, stop knocking things over. Come on. Are you ready? That was good. Ouch. Too slow. Have you heard about Sadani? What happened? I told her she should find a pet that can actually do something besides being disgusting. Leonardo! Please stop it. She's been leaving bait in the garden since then. In the evening, I told her something took her bait. When she saw a huge skunk half her size, she panicked. She grabbed my sword. She could barely lift it. It was hilarious. She kept hitting that poor skunk, but it wouldn't budge. Poor Sadani. She wouldn't hurt an animal. Mother heard her scream. She came and ruined everything. Sadani actually cried when she found out this thing was stuffed. Oh, Asalia. Come on, father. You have to admit this is funny. Only a little bit. I can't believe she would attack a skunk. She thinks she can fight because she keeps seeing you running around with your sword. I know. She keeps pestering me to fight her. We should end it here, Sadani. I better check on Sadani. Leonardo, do I need to kick you out? Okay. Do you want to talk about the skunk? Asalia told me what happened. Well, I just got scared. I didn't know what else to do. It was dark out there and the eyes were shiny. Worried you'd be mad at me for bringing monsters into the castle. So I just took Asalia's sword. I'm sorry I ruined your stuffed animal, father. I hope you forgive me. Of course I forgive you. It was an old stuffed skunk. I was going to get rid of it anyway. You were very brave, but I don't want you running around with that sword again, alright? Fine, I won't. I'm sorry she had to go. I couldn't keep her here. She had to go. One day you'll find a prince you'll want to go with. I hate boys. I'll never do that. Alright. Let's see. Let's buy some training grounds. A pleasure to meet you, Your Grace. And my biggest condolences about Talus, although I didn't like him at all. Anyway, Lurs has explained your situation to me. I believe I can help, for something in return, of course. You see, I have something I want to give my son. Someone, actually. I would like your daughter, Asalia, to marry him. I believe this would be greatly strengthen our relationship for years to come. And as a start, I would lend you my army. 300 fully equipped and trained soldiers, all ready to stand against Rodovia. Along with the men, 4 gold and 5 supplies. What do you say? Mm. Mm. I don't think that's a. I don't think so. I mean, at least we were marrying the other daughter off for like 3,000 men. This would only be 300. Sounds like a bad deal. And Asalia is only 12. She's not truly marriage age yet. I can't agree. I'm afraid I will have to refuse. I'll be dealing... Ah! We're fine. We're fine. Is this a new pet you've been hiding there, silly pickle? Your Grace, may I introduce to you the Stabber? Oh no! The Hedgehog! How did you come up with this? What is this all about? Well, Father, do you know the tale of Hansen? Yes. See, I will turn Stabber into a prince. A prince? Oh, not for me, Father. Once the Stabber is a prince, he can help get Luli back. I'm sure she will like him more than Ivo. And then she and Dusty can come back to the castle. Fine, keep the Stabber. Don't lose him, and don't stab yourself. It's not Stabber, it's the Stabber! Stabber is on a mission, and he is about to stab someone. At least she will be occupied? I'm not sure if that's a good thing. My village has been raided by bandits. These scum are fiercer than any others. There have been casualties. They've killed an entire family. We're counting on help from your Grace. I can't send my general. I don't have a general available. Leo, hey. We breaking the blinds. Here, I'll lift it a little higher if you need. Okay. I'm sorry, there's no way I can help right. Oh my god, Leo. Hey. Hey. Don't be breaking the blinds. I can't help, my general's not available. I can't help everyone. Ready your pitchforks and keep your eyes open. Maybe they won't show up again. We would feel safer with a royal army at our side, but I understand. I'm sorry.
乌巴我，必为地霸王，拜拜呀我，乌拜，拜拜呀拜，乌拜，拜拜呀拜。
We should form alliances. Invite this person next. She was actually. She asked if you would like to marry her son, but I told her no, because I know I know you wouldn't want this. I just wanted you to know. Thank you, I guess? Something smaller than a sword to lift the crack. Papa Bear, welcome in, and thank you for collecting your daily blanket. Well, welcome in. I know you've been here before, but I'm Ren. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a historical variety streamer. And you're very welcome here. We're currently playing Yes, Your Grace. Zeppy, thanks for collecting your daily blanket, love. What was your old name, Papa Bear? Oh, Mikey! Hello, Mikey. Or Papa Bear. Which would you rather be called? Let me know. Whatever's good. Okay. Let's see. I need something small and thin. A sword is too thick. Wait, needles! Hold on, let's go back. Uneven paver. I got something. I got needles. Some sort of letter. Map of the castle. It reads, find wine in the cellar. Mix it with 7 drops of the substance in a glass. Be seen by no one. Looks like instruction letter to whoever poured poison in Talus's wine. Beautifully decorated with some flowers. We don't usually decorate our letters. It'd be too costly. Maybe we can trace those drawings to the person who has written this. see. Let's see. Okay. What have you missed? We did 3 hours playing a game called Pillars of the Earth. We've got about half hour left in this game, before we switch games, because we've got 4 different game blocks across this 12-hour stream. So we got just about a half hour before I'll switch games. Apparently 13 years ago we'd promised, we were forced to promise our daughter to a barbarian king, and he came to collect with an army. And so we married her off to another country that would be like a real prince, so that she'd avoid that fate and be safe. But then her new father-in-law, the king of Atana, was murdered at the wedding via poison. So we've been investigating who the actual culprit was so that we could actually gain the alliance that the marriage was for. Yeah, 12-hour stream. I'm almost halfway through. Found this letter in the gardens. It contains instructions about pouring poison in a wine glass and a map of our castle. Letter seems to be decorated with flowers like in the olden days. How can we trace this letter to whoever wrote it? It's a very important piece of evidence, Eric. Ask a general if he knows of anyone who decorates their letter in such manners. If he's available, he'll probably be at the wall. Oh, we're celebrating, well, it was the second milestone for our fundraiser, which ends today. It was the second milestone reward for, it was our 50% goal milestone. So that's why, but it's also the last day of our fundraiser. So we're celebrating the end of our fundraiser, having, for the Red Cross, having exceeded our goal. So that's exciting. Yeah, no worries, Mikey. Alright, I think we need to end the week. We can't do anything yet. We need to earn some more money. But we're gaining some army now, every week. Yeah, no, I understand. Honestly, January was pretty crazy for me, too. Dear father, my husband, King Ivo, is very good to me. He has done everything to make me feel at home. Oh, well that's... At least he's a good husband. I spend most of my days reading books and learning about Atana. King Ivo wishes me to grow familiar with their traditions. We start each day with a prayer, followed by a rich, lavish breakfast. Later, I learn more about the history of Atana and its geography. Last week, I met Paloma, the king's mother. She's poorly, but King Ivo says he will continue his father's quest to find a cure for her illness. Yours, Lorsulia. Certainly wants his wife to understand their ways. I'm not sure I like it. We should ask Lorsulia about something else. Ask about Dusty. Tyler Sadani keeps pestering me. General, we have helped the villagers rebuild their homes and barn. I really need him to go to Kaski. Oh, I needed to ask him a question, but now it's too late. I'll have to ask next week. Your Grace, it is I. Noxi, the Dragon Slayer, bowing low before you, also known as Grofus the Great, Juanos the Wise, Pieter the Powerful. The royal wedding was fantastic. Well, until, you know. The food was first class. But amongst all the pleasures, I didn't have a chance to introduce myself. Who are you? I didn't quite catch that. Who are you again? Have you never heard of me? It is I, Noxi the Dragon Slayer. I killed the dragon in the eastern forest. Would you like to hear about my fierce battle with the foul worm, Your Grace? With pleasure. All ears. The beast was fast. Its sharp claws could tear a human skin with absurd ease. I stole into its home forest with great care and planned a path to its defeat. The dragon's nest was at the very top of the mighty oak tree, overlooking a rushing river. Clever as I am, I noticed the nest was full of hatchlings. Mucky little dragon puppies. I chopped down the tree while the big one wasn't there. The great oak creaked, groaned, and fell straight into the furious river underneath, taking the dragon's young with it. The squeak of the little dragons carried far, and so the big beast herself appeared. Desperately trying to save her babies from the brutal current, she kept crashing into one boulder after the other. At last, she dragged her battered body onto the shore, but the weakened creature was no match for my mighty arm, and the beast was no more. After all, wit and brains comes before strength and fist. Remember that, kids. I mean, Your Grace. Impressive, isn't it? After that, and other adventures of course, I traveled to Davern, seeking further challenges. So I've come straight to the king. Now tell me, Your Grace, what evil creature await me here in staining your beautiful land? Peasants mention the occasional basilisk or some other monster. All these nightmares are nothing to our real problem, Radovia. Well, I never heard of such a creature. So what is it? What does it do? Emit gas? Crush men's bones under its heavy hoofs? Breathe fire? It's an army. An army from behind the tall mountains. They aim to claim Davern as their own. Well, that is a hell of a challenge. I can help, though. They call me Grofus the Great for a reason. Over the years of my adventurous career, I have met a lot of people. Even more owe me their lives. I will give you all I can. Soldiers, supplies, I will stand at your side in the battle. I reckon I can gather 180 men. And 5 supplies will also come in handy, I'm sure. And in return, I ask for, absolutely nothing at all. I'm a noble, upstanding knight. I live to serve, help, and, well, be famous. Noxi aiding the king of Davern in a real battle. They will write fine songs about this. I wonder if he can recognize the tooth, but we just gained 180 army for nothing. It looks like an animal tooth. Would you know anything about it? It's an impressive tooth. Must be one hell of a beast. Do you know where such a tooth could come from? Oh, I wish I could tell you a heroic story about defeating such an imposing beast, Your Grace. Sadly, I can't, because this tooth is not one from my collection. Kitty, welcome in, love. How are you? I don't think so, anyway. I wish it was, though. Can I buy it off you? Absolutely not, Noxie. I need this tooth to prove my innocence to King Ivo. Maybe after the royal trial. This letter is on very finely decorated parchment. Do you know where it might have come from? I wouldn't know. I don't receive many letters, Your Grace. I'm always traveling, so letters never reach me. That is all. That will be all. You're exhausted but good. How am I? I'm pretty good too. We're hitting just about at the halfway mark. We'll have another 6 hours of streaming, another 2 games to go. Oh dear, this dude is back. Hey, you! You've really gone overboard this time. I know it was you. Now everything is clear. I stayed in the woods waiting for 3 weeks. But now I know. I didn't do anything. I haven't left the castle at all. You can ask Audrey here. That is true, sir. Whatever you're seeing is just your imagination. How can I be sure you're not lying to me? You should really watch what you're saying. You can't just accuse the king of lying. Oh, of course. I better go in that case. Maybe I saw someone else. What do I do? What do I do? Asalia, what are you doing here with this brush? Mother made me sweep all the corridors. Why? What did you do? Nothing. Tell me what you did. Nothing, I swear. Your mother will tell me what you did if you won't. I'd better start sweeping before she finds me. Alright. My name is Olivia, Your Grace. I come from the forest. I am the leader of the Cult of the Trees in the Western Wood. I know I am probably not welcome here, but you are my last hope, Your Grace. I have asked all the neighboring villages for help, but they despise my god. In the middle of the forest, we have a sacred oak, and because all the recent rains, the areas around it has flooded. A stream of water keeps running all over its roots. We've tried stopping the water, but we don't have the appropriate tools. Our people need this tree to pray to, Your Grace. Without it, they are depressed and scared. I can't bear to see them so helpless. Please help us. A worshipping oak? Are you praying to a tree? Yes, Your Grace. It's the tree of the god of thunder, a symbol of love and life filled with healing powers. Nothing bad can happen to this tree. Your Grace, please, I beg you. I can't help. It's just a tree. I'm sure you can find another one. Didn't you say you come from the forest? This isn't just a normal oak. It's a holy oak. It has been chosen. You're just like the rest of them. I don't have the money and I can't afford to be sending the general, so... Ugh. I'm selling rather exclusive wares if you're interested. I know what this is. This is the dust. Imprison. Imprison! No drugs. Your place is in my dungeons. I won't allow Oracle dust in Davern. How dare you lie to your king? Okay. Thought it was like any other consumable product. People get sick because of this stuff. Everyone who sells dust in Davern will be imprisoned. You'll stay here until Lord Lurs arrives. What did Asalia do? You made her sweep all the corridors in the castle? This must have been serious. Eric, she's been behaving worse and worse as she grows up. She convinced one of our servants to practice sword fighting with her. It didn't end well. The servant ended up with a huge cut on his cheek. You shouldn't have let her play with swords, Eric. I know I shouldn't have, but I feel that if I said no, she'd still do it in secret. We need to pay more attention to her, especially now Luli is not here.
Doi baboi. I Wait.
Oh, I could still invite a lord. Okay, when you make an alliance, an ally's name will turn green, but when you upset some lords, their names will appear in red. This usually means you can't ally with them anymore. Extra 5 grain going. Oh, we're getting 5 grain from Noxki, the Dragon Slayer. Grevno, week 14. The craft will flourish, no man can stop. In the middle of the night we shall meet, for the dust spreads fastest in the sandstorm. You make any sense out of it, Audrey? I'm afraid I'm just as much as you, Your Grace. Something tells me it's something to do with oracle dust, though. Pass this to Lurzer Etten. It's your call, Your Grace. General's returned. Your Grace. Situation has got pretty hot. It wasn't possible to avoid bloodshed. Nonetheless, we have secured Lord Etten's dust wares. We're at an army of 310 at the moment. Your Grace. I hear y'all fight with the beast face. We're preparing for the battle with Radovia. You heard well. The name's Vialit. My elders have fought with the beasts many years before me. I heard they brought some Radovian dog here to your castle. Shame you had to dispatch of them. I was hoping I could deal with them myself. One will not cry over a dead cat. I want to reward you for your bravery actions. I will give you all I can to aid you in the battle with the beast face. 3 gold, and 150 army, of course. Remember, Radovia is nothing but reek from the buttocks. And we don't want that around, do we? One more thing, Your Grace. My deal is off if you ever help any of these dogs. Make no mistake about that. Basically, I wonder... Not from my lands. It ain't signed? That's strange. Strange and rude. Alright. We'll need to call Lurs to pass on the message. We'll invite Lurs back. Your Grace, I can't come from the tavern. The business is going so well. Lately I've had some troubles, and it's all getting out of hand. Tavern became a great place for everyone to gather and have a good time. Some local panders saw an opportunity to use the place to find customers. At first it was fine, just some girls lurking around every now and then. Now the tavern has turned into a brothel. People are only visiting for the girls. Although my sales have gone through the roof, I've got to say, it attracts customers, but the panders essentially took over my tavern. And they cause all sorts of trouble, as you can imagine, Your Grace. Almost every week I have to deal with these disrespectful, violent men. I'm scared they will soon take over the tavern completely and leave me with nothing. On the other hand, if I kick them out, they will just relocate to another pub. I'll lose all my customers and we'll have to close down. You should be happy with the extra money. If you throw these people out, you'll risk having to close down your tavern. You should try to work with them so you can both profit. That's a good point, Your Grace, but these men are horrible. They really don't treat the women very well. I don't want to support them unless there's a way I can control the situation. Why don't you hire your own guards? I could, Your Grace, but they're very expensive. My sales did go up, but not nearly enough to cover full-time guards. I can't give you any more gold. Budget is very tight at the moment. And what do I do? You should protect your tavern before they take over. I imagine this will only get worse. You'll rebuild your business in no time, I'm sure. I cannot send a general. Your Grace, one of the nearby lords has committed suicide. I believe it was Pietro. He jumped down from a bridge into the river. Some children found him floating past a village. They got quite scared. He left this note. I'm deeply sorry. Let his family know they can count on us if they need anything. He didn't have anyone, Your Grace. Thank you for the... Aww. Lady Elena, I have heard that Lena has made you a proposition. I must say it's good that you haven't agreed to it, Your Grace. But do not make the mistake. Do not accept her offer. This marriage cannot happen. Seems to me you don't know of the curse that plagues Lena's family. Curse? They say that if her son does not participate in the act of marriage before his 20th spring, he will fall asleep and never wake up. Can the curse be lifted? There is. That's why Lena desperately looking for someone to marry her son, to lift the bane. Problem is, you can't completely get rid of it. If her son gets married, it's said that the spell will move on to the bride, and she will die the following night. We dodged a bullet there, folks. Are you willing to risk this? Thank you for the information. I didn't make an arrangement for Azalea's wedding, though. I did not agree. Yeah, I did not agree to marry Delina's son. I don't know who it was that kept following me, and I cannot take living in fear anymore. I hope you are happy now that I am gone, whoever you are. It's terrible. I wish I could have helped him. Your Grace, I come to you with a special request. To turn Stabber into a prince, I need to lift his curse. I've researched more into it. I think you're the youngest one of us who can read, Sadani. Well, I made Danica read it for me. I already love him as hard as I can and squish and tickle his tummy all the time, but now I need to make him rich. May I request 1 piece of gold? I'll pay it back, I promise. Piece of gold to make a hedgehog rich. I kind of want to indulge her.
Quý bảy.
I also need to find a black rooster with a saddle. Do you know where I could find them? Oh, my silly pickle, I honestly don't know. Let's find my king. I shall find one myself.
Đi bà. Ồ. Thứ bảy. Bảy. Ai vô đi bảo. Ôi. Đi bảo. Ủa vậy. Đi bảo bảo. Ai vô vậy.
Have a look at this letter. I have found this in the gardens. It has unique decoration. Do you recognize it? No, Your Grace. I've never seen such elegant writing either. I can ask around to see if anyone in the village knows anything. Do you want me to? Please do.
Tụi ba buổi.
Please do it discreetly. Don't mention it's about Talus's death.
Ba buổi.
We don't want anyone to find out we have a lead. Come see me in the throne room if you find anything.
Ta buổi. À. Ôi trời.
Let's prepare our general. That we are at the 6-hour mark. I think I'll finish this last week. And then Dear Eric, I hear that I'm already too late to marry your daughter. We had some struggles, but we will be ready within 14 weeks. I believe we can explore other options. I hope that you will keep your promise. Bayron, King of Redovia.
Ôi bài.
They know they will come to get another daughter. 14 weeks? That's too soon.
Ôi bài.
We need to gather an army. We need to make alliances and hope Ivo will help us. 14. Ooh. Oh, jeez. We passed out. You gave us all a big fright indeed. I had a strange dream.
Ta ba bỏ vòng vòng. Ủa ba tay bờ.
You may want to stay in bed. That was not a dream. Audrey showed me the letter. It does seem Redovia is after our daughters. The doctors say you're worrying too much. If you were younger, it wouldn't be too much of a concern, but at your age, you're more prone to the effects. You need to take care of yourself. How can I do that? We have to prepare for the battle. We have no army. That we must. But you need to keep calm. Everything will be fine. From now on, go on now. You still have work left to do.
Ôi à.
You're right. I better get on with things. Let's see. And my mods, if you could snooze ads, because I want to like wrap up this week quickly. And then to make easier for YouTube export, I was thinking I might like in stream and restart. Welcome back, Bluma. Your keyboard broke? What happened?
Ha bà ôi ba cá. Dạ bùa. Ôi ôi
You think you missed it? Oh, okay. I should have asked earlier. That's on me. Let's see. We only have 14 weeks. See. Secret message. Our progress. Good job. You've stopped Eden's trading stand. It'll be much harder. Thank you. You've imprisoned Eden's dust dealers. I'm sure that'll discourage others. I've done your tasks. He started trading with the Rodovians. Oh my gosh, you spilled coffee on your keyboard? That would do it. That would do it. This is treason. By making their soup spicier? Your Grace, let's not worry so much. If anything, I'm stealing their gold. I imagine they're not exactly aware I'm their enemy. I need the gold, otherwise I won't be able to sustain my armies. The only other option I see is if you bought the spices from me. I'll need monthly installments, though. I need to keep my business up and running, or else I must wrap it up all. If you don't like those options, then I hope we can part ways. 3 gold per week. I don't want him selling to the Rodovians. It's treason soup! It's treason soup! The spicier soup is treason soup, Micah. It's treason. I'll buy the spices. But you have to cut the Rodovians off. This will hopefully lower their morale. Yes, we must lower their morale by them having bland soup. It's the devil. The devil is in that soup. It is. It is indeed. They deserve bland soup. They do. Nothing but salt and pepper for them. Not even. Not even. Oh, this drunkard. Your Grace, may I have your audience, please? I want to do some fishing, like I always do, Your Grace. Hick. But as foolish as I am fell asleep, yes. Stupid, stupid Stefan. I always have to mess up everything. Someone took my fishing rod. And now I have nothing. Fish the only thing I had left after me wife died. Oh, my sweet Anna. If she saw what a mess I am, I'd put me right in my place. It's all my fault, Your Grace. I only wanted me and her and the kids to have a good time. So I took everybody out on my boat. And then the storm came and it just flipped the boat upside down. I swear I didn't know, Your Grace. When I woke up on the shore, they were all gone. So I wait every day and I fish to pass time. And now I don't even have my rod. Please, Your Grace, spare the old man. If I could ask for a piece of gold, I swear I'll buy a fishing rod and nothing else. No. I told you not to waste my time. Next time you come here, you'll end up in the dungeons. I'm not joking. Of course, Your Grace. I'm out of here in no time.
If they can
Your Grace, the gods have cursed us all. The rain just won't stop. 2 people in our community have passed away. It's because of the floods, because we didn't protect the oak. It's all your fault. Your Grace, you're angering the gods. They will come for you. Your Grace, I bring you a special thing, a magical splendor. It's only worthy of a royal. No one else deserves this magnificent being. Your Grace, I present to you my magical cock. Don't let your eyes fool you. Don't let your eyes fool you. This ain't a regular cock, Your Grace. This cock has been enchanted. This cock has been enchanted. It can tell a lie from the truth, Your Grace. And when it senses a lie, it will voice its disapproval. I believe it'd be a real asset to your throne room. It will help you lead better than any advisor. See, I'm no liar. The cock stayed quiet. How can you be sure this thing works? Try it yourself, Your Grace. Tell a lie or truth. My name is Audrey the Fourth. And it's my real birth name. See? Wasn't lying, Your Grace. So how much do you want for this thing? 18 gold? Get out of here. I'm not spending 18 gold. Our finances can't take that. I'm not rich. I think I'll pass. I don't think we need a lie detector. I'm not keeping a cock in my throne room. Who's going to clean up his mess? Fine, Your Grace, your loss. I'm sure someone else will gladly take him. This alliance gives us many benefits, Your Grace. We should expect an increase to our income at the end of the week. Alright, with that, I'm gonna have us save and quit this game. I also think I'm gonna like end stream and then immediately like start back up, just because it's gonna make it much easier to, it's gonna make it a lot easier to export to YouTube if it's in 2 chunks, because the export limit to YouTube is 12 hours. So if I have it in 2 6-ish hour chunks, then I don't have to worry about it. You know, then I don't have to worry about like downloading it and chopping it up so that it fits and I can upload it to YouTube. So, we will, I'm going to change my category real quick. There we go. All right, so I'm going to just